Recording in progress.
Awesome. Okay, fantastic.
Recording in progress.
So I don't know how many of you guys know Elijah. He is a good friend of mine, and we write a lot together. We go back and forth constantly. And why not go back and forth here like we do on Discord all the freaking time? So he and I have written some jokes for one another, and we would like to perform them for you as the other person. Actually,
And we're
I'm
seeing
actually
these for
curious.
the first time. We have not seen these at all. So these are going to be surprise.
Yes.
We're going to try not to break.
Yes, exactly. Now I'm actually curious, Elijah, can you do a Zevon Vasquez? I'm really curious.
Elijah, can you do a Zevon Vasquez?
If I said unmute yourself, don't give this motherfucker the satisfaction, please.
I don't think there's enough people here.
Okay.
Oh my god. If you can unmute yourselves, if you can turn on your cameras, if you can't, it's fine.
Yeah, because you weren't laughing and that was hilarious. So unmute your
that really
mics right
upset
now.
me that you really gave it to me. So why don't you start, Elijah?
No. I want you to start because I have the first joke for you.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Okay.
I am.
Let's see.
There we go. All right, you're go ahead.
This is all right. I'm excited for Joke Swap. Elijah and I are the Funhouse mirror versions of each other. We both have Brillo pads on our heads, a horrible sense of humor, and I don't understand social cues. The only differences are that Elijah has prettier eyes, and I have the mommy milky chocolate skin Elijah wishes he had. All right. That's thank you. Okay, cool. Well, you'll learn in this business, Elijah, that less is more. So here you go.
Never that. I love to talk too much. I want to give you as much stage time as possible. Anyways, so recently I found out that I was part African, which makes me feel better that I told Z I didn't mind that he was.
Yeah, that's it. Your co-host is a racist. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, it's all right because I'm mixed, so technically it's not racist.
Oh well, all right, fine. Okay. Who here hates econ? Swag, you'll relate this to this one, Arrow. Wow, nice formatting, dipshit.
You're not supposed to read the arrow, asshole.
Oh, so I guess I don't understand social cues. Elijah's
I
comedy.
said we both don't. You bombed. You messed up on that one. Okay,
Let me just start again, sir. God. Who here hates econ? Swag, you'll relate to this one. Elijah's comedy is like seeing my high school econ teacher get hit by a car. Hacky, horrible, and very uncomfortable to watch, but sometimes I wish I had thought of it first. Oh, God. Racist and homicidal. Okay, off to a great start. Very.
No, you're the homicidal one. I didn't write that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you clap back with the jokes, all right? You clap back with the jokes, sir. All right, here you go.
My jokes are bad. I live in Canada where insulin is free and people are polite, so I don't feel judged when I'm in and out of Tim Hortons 10 times a day. Wow.
That's okay. You know what? We're off to a great start. This is my house. Let's
calling me fat. I'm not even that fat.
That's why you're sitting down, son. All right. Gosh, let's tilt that camera, baby. Daniel, you motherfucker. All right. Elijah's so pale, he looks like he's about to tell you that he'd like to suck your blood. Kind of unrelated, do you think gay vampires have to resist the urge to chomp down on the straight guy he just turned? And a homophobe. Wow, 3 for 3.
How is that homophobic?
I felt obligated to say it. We're on Twitch chat. I can't get canceled. Okay. You have to fucking. Actually, Pokimane is coming. If you guys are willing to wait for her, that one's for the youngins in the room. All right.
I've been doing comedy for about a year, starting in LA. Then I moved to Vancouver, so I went from the store to being completely irrelevant. Or just completely irrelevant to completely irrelevant.
Hey, don't tag my shit, Elijah. All right? God damn it. All right. Geez. Is this the last one?
Yeah, I'm offending everybody tonight.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cool.
I wanted to switch it up for the last one. I wrote this one. I'm going completely off script. Can't you tell? Elijah is such a stuck-up, stinky, unkosher Jew that, well, first he's as flaky borekas, as basic as falafel, and he's such a Jew that he didn't consider me a...
Say the last word again. We didn't get it.
Do it.
Okay, first he's flaky Barekas, as basic as falafel, and he's such a Jew that he didn't consider me a real friend until I added him as a friend on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Apple Pay, Bank of America. Way to be a living caricature, you schmuck. Okay, that's been jokes off. Jesus fuck. All right.
Wow, that was really anti-Semitic, man. That was really fucked up. How dare you?
God. Okay. All right. I hope you guys had fun with that. That was like dragging my teeth across glass. Okay, so
Had a great time. Fuck
yes,
you.
that was fun. All right. Okay, if you're coming in for the first time, please unmute yourselves. Please turn on your microphones or the camera thing. We need to see those faces. We already can't read social cues well enough, so the cameras are really giving us a leg up. Please. All right, so our first host for the evening is a prodigious wonderkind, and I can't see him in the grid. Are you here, Josh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ. That would have been really embarrassing. Okay. I'm going to pass off hosting privileges to Josh and fire away. Let's take it from here.
What's up, guys? I'm currently pretending to know what prodigious means as your host. I'm glad to be here. Winston has recently become a millionaire, which is very exciting. America just bought 200 million extra doses of the vaccine, which is friggin' dope. Besides that, it's fake, but I mean, whatever, dude. Who cares about that? The host of the Tonight Show got arrested. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
You didn't hear the host of the Tonight Show got arrested? Yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
This isn't real. Is this real life?
No,
it was a stupid pun. I'm sorry, sir. Sorry to get your hopes up or down, depending on your thoughts about Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. That would be a rude awakening. Like
Sexual fantasy.
That would have been a rude awakening. Like that time I got shaken awake, and someone called me a scoundrel. Very rude. I'm looking forward to bringing up your first comic. He's a very funny guy. You guys just saw him. And his writing on display. He's going to dazzle you. He's going to entertain you, and he's going to. It's probably going to change your life. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably going to change your life. So I hope that you are excited for him as I am. Please put your hands together for Elijah.
Woo!
Thank you, guys. I am going to change your life. I am, and that's very true. Yeah, I'm going to change your life by I've been practicing a lot of self-love, and you guys should be too. If you don't know how to practice self-love, here are some ways that you can do it, that I've been doing it. One, I have been, I've made 2 Instagram accounts. One for, personal accounts, my personal stuff, and then 2 to comment nice things on my personal account. Hey, sexy. I'm like, thanks, stranger. You guys see that? Somebody loves me. Mom, talking to you. Okay. The other thing that I do is I try to say something positive into the mirror. I'll go, wake up, drink a cup of water, then I'll look into my mirror and I'll say something like, Elijah, listen, you might be weird, but at least you're not making shirtless TikToks like your brother weird. So you're okay. You're doing all right, kid. Yeah. My name is Elijah Pysyk. It's a tough to pronounce last name. It's spelled Pysyk, which means my ancestors were too poor to afford real vowels. Yeah, pronouncing it is kind of like opening a jar of pickles, because you might not get it on the first try, but if you bang me on the counter, I'll open right up, okay? Sorry for the mental image that put in your head, or you're welcome, depending on what you think of my attractive level. I just moved from LA to Vancouver, and it's been great. The scenery is wonderful. There's less smog in the air, and thanks to the currency exchange rate, I'm more attractive here. In LA, I was a 7, but in Vancouver, well, I'm still a 7, but they treat me like a 9, so it feels pretty good. I had to move because I kept getting bullied by high school students. It's a shame. I would walk by their baseball field and they would yell out something like, hey, you look like a neo-Nazi chia pet, and I'm like, damn it. And that hit so close to home. I popped flat into another country because I couldn't walk it off. All right, just some baseball jokes for my baseball folks there. That's it. Jokes and folks rhyme. That's hilarious. He's Dr. Seuss. Okay. I've been living in Vancouver for a year now, but I like to tell people I've been living here for 3 months because I don't count the time in lockdown as living. So it's been tough. Lockdown is pretty tough. You guys should go check up on your friends. I'm going to check up on deer because I don't know if you guys know this, but deer are the most depressed and racist, but the most depressed animals because they run across the highway without looking and they don't even leave a note.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm going tree to tree and checking up on all these deer. It's great. I've been going on a lot of walks, to ease the depression, and it's cheaper than therapy, and it's just as good. I think. I don't know. I've never been to therapy, so I'm guessing that's true. And yeah. Sorry, I was buffering in real life. Yeah, on these lockdowns, I kind of started relating to dogs, which has been really weird. I was spending. Sorry, I'm fucking really buffering. It's horrible internet connection today, guys. I would see, like a stranger on the street. I'd get really excited, and then I'd go up and I'll sniff their ass. I get really excited and I'll shit on the street. But don't worry, I clean up after myself just like you should do with your dogs. All right, I butchered the end, but thank you for listening. I got to go check up on some deer. Thanks, guys. You've been great.
Good job, Elijah. Everyone makes some noise for Elijah. That was great, dude.
Way.
I really enjoyed the entirety of your set, my friend.
love you
That
too.
buffering line was hilarious.
Thanks. I came up with it on the spot.
Yeah, buffering-
7 out of
nice,
10.
dude. I just call it buffering when I go to the gym, but
Hey.
it buffers very quickly.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's no buffering at all. It's
Yeah.
wild. I am in the lovely state of Massachusetts. We're in New England, and New England is like if 6 states had like slightly more stuff than one state. Like Massachusetts is the mitochondria of New England. And then we have New Hampshire, which if you don't like playing paintball in the woods is really not for you. And then there's Connecticut, which is cheating on us with the tri-state area. And lastly, there's Maine, which is home to the long crab. Very bizarre. And notice how you didn't notice I forgot Vermont, because who fucking cares about Vermont? Besides Ben and Jerry's, they have made zero contributions to society, and Bernie Sanders for the meme, of course. But anyways, as I was saying, it's a lovely state. It's snowing outside. I just made some snow devils, which is it's just like making snow angels, except the person doing it is Jewish. So I'm going to keep you guys moving along. Up next, we have a very funny dude, a multi-talented dude. Tonight, he's busting out the comedy. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I know you're going to enjoy him. Everyone, please make some noise for Ashwyn.
Woo!
Hello. Yeah. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yay!
Awesome.
Yes.
Tuesday night, I saw somebody using the Zoom call as a mirror to put their lipstick on. Just the best. No matter what happens at the beginning and the middle of the set, I want you to remember that it's going to end with a colonization dick joke. Be prepared. I'm very proud of it. It is my life's dream. Do you guys ever wake up in the morning already angry?
Yay!
Like it's like you open your eyes and you're like, oh fuck, this again. And you like leave the house and you look at things and you're like, that's fucked and that's fucked. But then you're lying in bed at night and you can't help but admit to yourself, I'm fucked also. I think that's healthy. I don't trust someone that can't do that. There are 3 types of people I don't trust. White people that don't like Stevie Wonder. That's just weird and you're wrong. Girls that say they're going to stick around after 2 months of dating. You're wrong also. You don't know me. And people that don't have the capacity for self-criticism, because Because I always see people outside, they're like, the world is fucked. And I'm like, you are part of the world. It cannot be shitty without you. Look in the mirror. Because every conversation I have with myself where I'm angry always ends with, oh, I am the problem. Like, you ever do this? My self-criticism is 3 seconds. You ever do this? You go on Instagram and you get mad at celebrities preaching to you and you go, why are they preaching? Then you go, why am I watching? I feel like me watching is leading to the preaching a little bit. Like, until such time as I can look at fake faces on Instagram and not want to date them, I am part of the problem. Right? Because I imagine dating a celebrity would kind of be like swimming in an ocean. There would be a lot of plastic. What? I get mad at celebrities when they're like, there's too much plastic in the world. And I'm like, you can't say that if your face is non-biodegradable. I just look at people when they're mad and they're like, that's the problem. And I'm like, no, that's the symptom. You're the problem. Like when people go, if I were Jeff Bezos, I would be better than Jeff Bezos. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Do you also want to be rich? They're like, yeah. I'm like, do you know any ethical billionaires? If you don't, and you want to be rich, the only difference between you and Jeff Bezos is that Jeff Bezos is talented, and I don't want to hang out with you either, dickhead. I just think that's irresponsible. Because every time people do that, right, they're like, that's the problem. I'm like, no, that's a symptom of a problem. Does anybody remember the disease? I will give you an example. I used to have a friend that I didn't talk to for 6 months. And I said, hey, since we're friends, we should talk. And he said, if we can't go 6 months without talking to each other, it wasn't a good friendship in the first place. And I said, if I have a bike that I don't ride for 6 months and then it needs the oil change and it stops working, I don't go, it wasn't a good bike in the first place. And I feel like American democracy is a broken bike. Because it's been 90 years since anybody knew the meaning of the words electoral college, and now everything is fucked, and everybody goes, oh, it wasn't a good democracy in the first place. And I'm like, no, shithead, you stopped paying attention. No, you don't remember that? Remember? Let me explain. Every time a new president is inaugurated, there's like 5,000 comedians that are like, he's gone, what a relief. And I'm like, yes, the symptom is gone. Does anybody remember the disease? No? You guys don't remember? Like, they're like, this is the worst leader we've seen in 100 years. What are you talking about? Pick a pope. You guys don't remember when we were like, freedom of speech, you can say anything you want. And then Galileo was like, the earth is not the center of the solar system. And the pope was like, not anything. The Pope was the world's first snowflake. And Galileo was the first dude to get canceled. Like, see, the point of law is to maintain order. The point of order is to make tomorrow look like yesterday. But that doesn't work if yesterday was already fucked. Like, I feel like most laws are enacted today to stop people from doing the shitty thing that you were doing 5 minutes ago. like when the US bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then they were like, all right, that's it. Now, no more nukes. Or when they kicked like people off their land and they were like, this is my land now. And 5 minutes later, they were like, you're trespassing. And you were like, where was that law 5 minutes ago? Like, imagine if I went around the world stealing everything I could get my hands on. And then when I had everything, I was like, all right, that's it. Now, no more stealing. And I like wrote it down on a piece of paper, no more stealing. And anytime someone said, hey, can I have that shit back that you stole? I was like, no, there are rules. Look at this piece of paper I just wrote. They're like, what, pray tell, is the name of this piece of paper? And I was like, I don't know. I came up with it yesterday, but we'll call it the Constitution. And they're like, well, are you planning on giving the shit back that you stole before the rules were written? And you're like, nah, son, I am British. We don't do that. You know what bugs me about the British is India was colonized for spice, and 100 years later, their food still tastes bland. That's doubly insulting, right? If you're gonna steal something, use it. Spices are kind of like dicks. How much you have matters, but you still have to know where to put it. You might be thinking, Ashwyn, you sound a little salty about this colonizer stuff. And I can't be salty because they took the salt also. I know it's uncomfortable, but it happened, so you have to hear about it. I've been Ashwyn Singh. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Woo! Good job, Ashwyn. That was funny stuff, dude. I totally agree with you about other people being the symptom. Like the other people are they are the losing smell of society, smell and taste of society. You know what I mean? They're not exempt from that. I totally agree. And about Amazon, Jeff Bezos is like so evil, dude. I think that all stems from like when at Thanksgiving he gets called Jeffrey. And then he's just like, no more dental. I'm going to keep you guys moving right along. We have a very funny funny performer coming up next. She has the same name of someone who I went to middle school with. So I was actually very terrified the first time I saw her and I was performing and her mic and her camera was off. And I was like, oh God, this is like the worst thing ever happening in real life. But it's not. And she's actually just a wonderful person who I didn't go to middle school with. So everyone, please put your hands together for Sara Snyder.
Woo, woo!
Thanks, Josh. I actually really want to bully you right now, but you're the host, so I won't. Did anyone see those three guys who were on at the beginning sharing a blunt together? That was amazing. And then they left like after Elijah went, and I was like, of course they're leaving now. They probably forgot they were watching a comedy show. That was awesome. I was pretty popular actually in the Chicago suburb scene in 2015. You need to know that before we can begin. I want to be popular, but not really know it like Bernie Sanders. Like that's the kind of popular I want to be. Like, what? Me? What? Okay. I have noticed a pattern. I've noticed that happy couples in their 20s get a dog, and unhappy couples in their 20s have a baby. Because, I mean, my boyfriend and I, we got a dog because things are going well. I want to see, like, can things keep going well? But if we had a baby, it would mean, like, this has to keep going. Like, this baby is our lifeboat right now. I get, like, okay, my dog, she's a puppy, and, like, she sucks right now sometimes, and it's, like, I like pictures of her more than I like her. I mean, she's not, like, biting the fuck out of me at that moment. And I get, like, stupid mad. Like, I get really defensive about this dog when I'm talking to the other dog owners. A lot of people will assume, they're like, oh, your dog's a lab. Like, your dog's going to get big, or you need to use a deep tone when you're calling your dog. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear these assumptions about my dog. Like, you need to fuck off because you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, my dog is special. Like, my dog can be as big as she wants to be. Like, yeah, so I'm like a good dog mom. Yeah, this has been really, yeah, I've heard that you treatment with the baby. That's why I kind of don't want to have one anymore. I'm like, at least my dog will never turn into a teenager. That would suck. I mean, I know that how I was as a teenager and a daughter, and like, what a fucking nightmare that must have been for my parents. Like, because you know what? I like had to mention those three guys smoking a blunt in the beginning Their name was Sticky, by the way. That was their Zoom name. Those were the people I was hanging out with in high school. Like, I wanted to see all three of them so I could tell them, like, which one of them I would have dated. Sticky, where the fuck? Where are you? Oh, you're on the other page. Shut up. Oh my god. Okay. They just got much better. Okay, let me see the third guy. You're on the sides here. Do you guys just decide to grow out your hair recently? What's the deal?
Dude, that was kind of all at once coincidentally, but we have real questions about the stashes.
I can see yours. I can't see the guy with the 90s haircut on the right. I can't see. I mean, I can't see your mustache. Do you even have one?
No.
And then the guy on the left, you look like this long hair is new, and that you used to be like really good in school, and then you were like, "Fuck it." You're like, I'm choosing to be cool. Fuck my parents. You were like, I'm gonna get chicks now with this sweater. I love that for you. That's fucking sick, bro. That's fucking get that sticky icky what? Like wonderful for you guys. Is this One Direction after COVID? The other two got COVID because clearly you guys are not being safe.
Oh, here goes the unmute. Here goes the unmute.
Yeah, unmute them. I really want to hear what they have to say.
Wait, did I mute them accidentally? Oh no.
Dog, we live together. Like this is our Tuesday night.
Well, and approximately how many of you are getting laid? I knew it. I knew it would be you if it was any of you guys. It would be the Harry Styles one with the slight mustache. It's like Harry Styles with a perm here. Wonderful. Look. Okay, I should go. Thank you guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Good job, Sarah. Nice job, dude. She owns a big ass lab. I would use a deep tone if I was talking to that dog. And dudes, don't ever shave those mustaches. Those will bring you eternal good fortune. That is a promise to you. Okay, you can consider that a blood oath. Okay, A negative in case you were wondering. Is that a blood type? I'll Google it right after. Later.
I don't trust that coming out of your face. I can
That's
say
probably
that.
a good idea, Ashwyn. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably a good idea. My medical training is very informal. You know what I mean? Like, I do have a little training in preventative medicine, though. Check this out. Don't get the coronavirus. You've been prevented. You're all set. You are safe from viral disease. But,
I did invite Anthony Fauci to this, guys. So if you
oh, is Fauci coming?
I mean, just be cool, like we see him.
Oh, I'll just be cool. If he comes on, he can. I'll address him as. What does he go by now?
I mean, you kind of look like Anthony Fauci now that I'm looking at you.
A young Anthony Fauci.
You could pull it off. You could
think
dye
so?
your
You
hair.
think I just run around being like, everyone wear a mask?
Yeah,
they would do it.
You'd say that during Halloween, and you'd be kind of redundant.
Word. It is a plan. It is as much of a plan as my plan to bring up this next great host.
Ooh, awesome segue. Yeah, well done.
He is also going to bring you eternal good fortune. He's gonna you've already seen him. You've already been dazzled and dazed and amazed, and he changed your life. And he's going to do it again. Here's Elijah.
Hey everybody. Yeah.
Yeehaw! Welcome back.
OG.
Oh, don't say yeehaw. I just got rid of my yee haircut. Okay, chill. On decks is Oliga. I'm horrible as a human being.
My God.
So kill me in my sleep when you ever get a shot.
Okay, it's fine, Mr. Pysyk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you are what you eat.
Wait,
all right.
Pysyk is Ukrainian, right?
It's Polish.
Yeah,
It
sounds communist. Yes.
It is. We want equal. We want to rule everything. I don't know. I didn't pay attention in history class. You know who did? I'm stealing the segue thing. Let's give it up for a very talented comedian. Give it up for Dennis, everybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
woo, it's me, everybody. I gotta talk over you so the light will come up. There we are. Now we all see my. By the way, welcome. Just like much like Josh, I am also coming to you guys from Boston, Massachusetts. In fact, Josh lives right down the street from me in Brookline. Like we're literally got a carpool home from the Zoom together. It's gonna be. Actually, this is my podcast studio here in Boston. Does it look cool? Do you guys like how it looks?
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Like how it looks?
Very
Thank
nice.
you. I'm always worried about what's behind me when I do comedy. That's why. I just have to make sure it looks cool behind me. Just because, like, you know, I've been doing comedy for a long time, and I would, you know, go across the country and do shows in places like VFW halls or Knights of Columbus, or for whatever. Sometimes comedy clubs, they just have an American flag across the backdrop of the stage. And I'm always worried about doing comedy in front of an American flag because if you see me shouting into a microphone in front of an American flag with this haircut, I look like Breitbart stock photos. I look like a background actor from American History X. I look like I'm spreading QAnon theories on Parler right now, okay? I look like a racist is what I'm trying to say. I don't like that. Like, all I'm trying to do every waking moment of the day is convince people that this is a genetic defect and not a political statement. Much like a lot of people right now, much like a lot. Let me say this. I'm a full-time comedian. And before you applaud, all that really means is I'm unemployed. That's basically what happened. Like a lot of people, I lost my job. And I was with the company for 15 years. And after 15 years, they fired me. They laid me off. They fired me on a Friday. And on the following Thursday, I was sitting at home watching TV in my good depression boxers when I heard a voice and a banging on the door that said, "Boston Homicide Police! Is Dennis Malla in there?" And I'm like, oh, this is my Law and Order moment. This is when Briscoe and Green are coming to talk to me because I'm the last to see someone alive last night. I have to hope that I'm a red herring because I know if I'm guilty and I try to run out the back door, I'm going to get just clotheslined by the rookie, okay? I've seen enough episodes. I know this is how it's going to work out. Then he's going to say something quippy to me like, "Looks like you just got hung out to dry." By the way, we all agree Ice-T impression is the least racist black man impression to do, right? I opened the door. I talked to the police. And funny story, the reason they were coming to see me was, you're going to laugh at this, after being fired, my former employer called the police to come check on me because they were afraid that I was going to come shoot up the building. Yeah, right? I am not in any way, shape, or violent man. I would never do anything like that, but I do understand why they would think that because I do have resting mass shooter face. Like, I have the kind of face that if you see it in a newspaper, usually somewhere in that article, it will say in his manifesto. So, big misunderstanding. I'm talking to the police. We get everything sorted out. It was just, you know, I sent out a tweet that said, "I've always envisioned what my last day at this company would be like. Today is that day. I thought it would be a day of optimism. Unfortunately, all I can think are feelings of retribution." All right, I understand now. Retribution was the wrong word. What I meant is I wanted to, like, flip a desk as I was being escorted out of the building, not commit genocide, okay? Like, in the span of 1 week, I went from redundant workforce to Unabomber, all right? It was not my intention. I even said to the police, I'm like, wait a second. I was fired 6 days ago. And they're like, yeah, that's when we got the call. I'm like, the waiting period for a handgun is only 3 days. Yeah, I was like, if I was going to come shoot up the building, don't you think I would have done it by now? They're like, you bring up a lot of excellent points. We'll see you later. Well, here, this thing, like, I even love it with the police. I talked to them and I was like, I didn't take my firing well. That is true. I haven't left the house in 6 days. I've been crying for 6 days straight. My eyes are red and puffy. In fact, I'm still wearing the same boxers I was fired in 6 days ago. At this point, I'm literally more of a danger to myself than I am my former coworkers. And that's when this welfare check became an actual check on my well-being. The police showed up at my house expecting to take away my guns. They left with my shoelaces.
Oh. Nice.
Like, do you understand? I had to convince the police that my ceiling fan could support less weight than I weighed. So, do you know what it's like to be like? I had literally was cleared of a crime I couldn't commit because I was too depressed to commit it in the first place. And if I just want to let everybody know that I'm a huge proponent for mental illness. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. Back up. What I meant is mental health. I'm a big proponent for mental health. I want people to be open about their mental health issues. I've just clearly talked about my own depression. If you take antidepressants, do not be ashamed by that, okay? I take antidepressants. In fact, literally, honestly, antidepressants are the reason I get out of bed in the morning every single day. And that's because I keep them in the other room, so... I've been Dead Dennis, man. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
What the hell?
Oh my.
Is Dad gonna have to? I'm not gonna.
Elijah,
You know what I just did there? I unmuted my microphone, everybody, which you should be doing as well.
Oh, you were sitting on that one, Elijah. This is gonna be so clever. This is gonna be so clever.
Good save, genius.
Thank you. Make sure you guys are turning on your microphones, turning on your cameras. We want to see those beautiful faces and vases if you have them in the back. I just wanted to say, Dennis, I also have resting school shooter face, but only if I put on these glasses.
Oh no!
I really look like I'm a virgin, especially when I put on those glasses. All right. Up next is Chris. On deck is Chris, but coming right now to the virtual stage is the person's name who's going to ring me out after this show, Olya.
That's actually what you say when you climax.
Give it up.
Hello, everyone. First thing that I wanted to say that I'm from Russia, and that's why for me it's kind of tough doing these Zoom shows because of different time zones. The thing is that you're living in capitalism and we here still live in communism. So it's pretty tough for me. My name is Auntie Olya and I call myself Auntie every time for different reasons. And today I'm Auntie my school. Look, Russian school is so tough that I compare it to Gulag and I call it Schoolag. I just hated my class at school, you know, because it was a working class and I'm pretty lazy. I also had issues with alcohol at school, so I couldn't get along with my classmates. And they decided to help me. They started secretly pouring vodka in my milk. And I call this Molotov cocktail. And since then I don't have any problems with alcohol. I love vodka, but I have problems obviously with my classmates. I hate them now. You know, the very first thing that you learn at school in Russia is to do stand up. Literally, like every student has to stand up at the very first lesson to greet the teacher. And, you know, it reminds of the assembly of the Communist Party when everyone stands up and greets the dictator. That's what we learn at school. And it's uniting, obviously. But the Russian Gulag is not just uniting. It's also inclusive, very inclusive. And if in your schools only nerdy pupils get bullied, Russian school is so inclusive that every student gets bullied. By the teachers. And let me start with the teacher of literature that I had. She was very pushy because she loved her Pushkin. And once at the literature class, she asked me, Olya, do you know what's in literature most famous toy? And I said, of course I know. It's the nesting doll, Matryoshka, yay! And she said, no, it's Tolstoy. And when she said idiot, she meant idiot by Dostoevsky, of course.
Mm.
But I didn't get the joke. I went to complain to my dad. I played some fathers and sons with her. And when my daddy came to her, he showed her what's crime and punishment, you know? That's how the steel was tempered, as Ostrovsky would say. And speaking of the steel, you know that Stalin can be translated as steel-made guy. And my history teacher, she called me after him, but not a steel-made girl. No. She called me after his repressions, 1936. But come on, shame on her. If you're a good teacher of history, you know that you cannot call a student 1936 knowing that the repression started in 1937, right? Shame on her. And the only teacher who never bullied me was my favorite teacher of PE, because I was never there. Due to my health conditions, right? And our mic is called aesthetical, and I have to mention my teacher of etiquette. Once we had a class on comedy, and I laughed like, and she stopped me saying, Olya, ladies should laugh like this. And I was, come on. And she said, Olya, you should show the class. And I said, come on, look at me. The only class that I can show is the working class. And speaking of working class, you know, working class is a labor class when you're supposed to work hard, and gulag and skulag also can be linked to the digging gold. And if you're a girl who laughs like this, you can end up as a gold digger after finishing the school. And I obviously wasn't that type of a girl, and I had to study hard to get the golden medal of honor, of excellence, to realize, to make true my 5-year plan of studying at the university. Yeah. And finally, you know what? I made it. But with some circumstances. I got that freaking golden medal. Also, I got some Iron Curtain and a personality disorder. You call it personality disorder, and I call it a personality cult, because I started smoking pipes and wearing mustaches. And now I obviously look like Ashwyn, right? And the worst thing, but the best thing I got from school is a good habit to do stand-up. But before it was a tragedy, and now it's a comedy. Thank you for your attention. From Skulag with love.
Yeah. Oh my God. Give it up for
Спасибо.
Auntie. Oh, damn. I did not know that I went to high school in Russia, because everybody bullied me in Connecticut.
Because your last name is Pysyk, and it's Ukrainian, of course.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get a shot of vodka for that one. And while I do that,
Molotov cocktail.
let me bring up our next very, very funny comedian. Give it up, everybody, for Dennis. I mean, sorry, I keep fucking things up. Sorry, I'm thinking about Dennis while the wrong person. I'm horrible. I'm never gonna do this again. Everybody, give it up for Chris.
Woo!
Yay!
Yeah.
I can be Dennis if you want me to be Dennis. I'm flexible. I'm kind of upset. I was just about to tell all my jokes about being a schoolgirl in Russia, and then Olga had to come along and just ruin all the
You know that Dennis is a Russian name as well.
Wow, look at that. Starting off my my set with some education. This is fantastic. I just really have to come out and say it right now. The three guys who are rolling a joint at the beginning of the mic are my friends. And a big shock, based on their hair, they're all film majors. So they live actually like a block away from me right now. So if I bomb, I can't go past 34th Street. So please laugh at my jokes. I promise. Alrighty. Yeah, you know, I'm a 20-year-old person. I'm 20 years old, and adults are just like still calling me buddy, which I thought would have stopped by now. I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I think adults are just going out of their way to call me buddy to make me feel like shit. Like they see me walking down the street and they're like, you know what? He looks a little too happy. Let's throw a buddy at him. Why not? Before the last time I was called buddy, I went like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months without hearing it. And I started to get like cocky. I was like, okay, I think adults kind of see me as their equal now. And then this one time I was at a restaurant on a date, and the waiter was a very handsome middle-aged man. And he looked down at me and said, what would you like to eat for dinner tonight, buddy? Chicken tenders? And I said, first of all, do not call me buddy. Not cool. Second of all, I don't want chicken tenders. I want chicken nuggets. Some respect, man. Nothing's worse than when someone my own age calls me buddy. That is no recovering from that at all. When someone my own age calls me a buddy in public, I feel like I'm getting pants. It's terrifying. It's happened to me right before the pandemic, actually. Like, I'm a college student. I was at a social gathering, and I was talking to 2 girls my own age. So my self-esteem was already hanging on by a thread. And guy my age walked over to us, and he went, what's going on, buddy? And I almost started crying. And the girls gave me a look. They were like, are you going to do something about that? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to think about it when I try to go to sleep tonight. That's what's going to happen. Such an insulting thing that guys. I've noticed in my life, strangers are very comfortable coming up to me and just insulting me. Like I was walking through the city once. I live in Philadelphia, and I don't know where this guy stopped me. He was like, hey, you kind of look like John Mayer. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's really sweet. And he said, if John Mayer never learned how to play guitar.
Damn.
I don't know what that means, but that's so insulting. Oh my God. I'm like mostly hurt by like the process with which he decided to say that to me, because like he saw me, thought of that immediately, and was like, he's going to want to hear this. This is a strange thing to say. I think like generally people like just say things and they don't like think beforehand whether it makes any sense or not. Like I have a buddy who's always doing this. We were talking, and he was like, Chris, I've been experiencing a lot of sleep paralysis demons lately. Meaning like, you know, like he wakes up in the middle of the night and he's like half asleep, half awake. He's seeing figures in his room. So I was like, why don't we wear a sleep mask? It'll cover your eyes. You won't be able to see it. And he was like, nah, sleep masks are uncomfortable. I was like, but the demons are okay. The demons can't be that bad if the mask is more of a problem for you. He was like, Chris, I didn't say the demons were scary. Some of them are actually kind of hot. I was like, you're just having wet dreams, man. That's what's going on right now. I'm gonna switch it up here for a second, actually, if that's cool. I have some drawings I'd love to share with you guys, if that's all right. I'm gonna put my mic down for this. It's not even plugged in. Couldn't figure it out. Okay, this first drawing of mine, one of my favorites. I call this drawing Kanye Zest. This is for people who like hip hop and citrus. Very niche. All right. This next one is actually more of a chart than a drawing. It's a chart that depicts coolness level, how cool something is. You know, this first one is skipping class. That's pretty cool. Cool people skip class. And this last one is just skipping, not nearly as cool. I'm gonna end on this. Okay, so this is Olive Garden. This is a family-styled restaurant, and this is the McGowans. This is a restaurant-styled family. That's what that. So glad you guys laughed. That took me forever to draw. All right, those are my jokes. Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Woo!
Yeah, keep it going for John Mayer, Dimitri Martin, and the guy from You. Oh yeah, that was awesome. I wish I could draw. I'm very jealous. Love the Kanye zest. You did your Kanye best. All right, with that, I am gonna pass on the hosting responsibilities because he just yelled at me in the DMs. He said, I can never do this ever again. I'm never invited back. I am the worst person. And he called me a bunch of slurs. Give it up for your host, Zavon.
Hello, everybody. Gosh, I call the co-hosts my little parasites because I'm their host, really. Coming up next is Tapeworm 5. I've lost 2 pounds and I'm 2% funnier. All right. Yeah, let's give it up for the intestinal worm jokes. All right, you find a lot of things here. All right, take notes. This is a caricature. This is a curation of culture. All right, let's move right along. She is very, very funny. She is got really cool glasses, and yeah, let's give it up for Jessica Misra.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening in the comments right now is a Kanye song, so I'm very happy. Very happy that's happening. I'm happy everyone's here. Thank you so much for coming. I'm glad Sticky's here. That's great. Sticky's a name that doesn't need a last name. People like Sticky. You mean Sticky M? There's a million Jessicas, all right, and half of them are dogs in like pink jackets. So it's like, you know what? And it's hard to hate my name specifically because I have like the best porn name. Like my name is Jessica Misra, but my porn name is Messica Jizra.
Oof.
Wow. That's pretty good. I don't think you realize that. Everyone's just jealous that my name isn't, I don't know. Maybe there's like a dick nut out here. There's Alex Nut. I've done this joke before, and Alex is my bro, dude. All right, guys, let's talk about it. All right, I'm half white and half Indian, so I take yoga very seriously. All right. Yeah, my dad's like from India, and he makes his own 12-spice blend and puts it into all of our food. We're very lucky to have him. He's kind of like our own little Indian KFC guy, but he puts in the extra spice because he loves us. Sometimes when I need to get back to my roots, because my dad's from India, my mom's from Missouri, and I'm from Iowa. So sometimes when I need to get back to my roots, I'll put 12 spices on a piece of corn. And I'll open a beer in my car. Thank you, Missouri. Love what you're doing down there. Never change. No notes. No notes on Missouri. I think they're doing things. I want to say something else about my ethnicity. Did I? I guess I didn't. Fuck it. All right. New topic. I think Trump is the only guy that could make a white man's transition to power feel like a minority's. There was so much security at the inauguration. I was like, what, is there a woman in there? Like, what's happening? I bet Obama, like when Obama was like, being the president, I bet Biden was watching from the corner being like, wow, that looks so hard. So glad it's going to be tonight. 100% approval for nothing. It's going to be great. I used to do the Dare program growing up. Any daredevils in the crowd? Yeah, hell yeah. Daredevil's a fun term for someone who started doing hard drugs after the Dare program. I did LSD last week. So here's the deal. In the program, they used to make us wear these beer goggles that would mimic what it was like to be drunk, and it was super fun. I don't know why they start with the best parts of drinking. They might as well have included the PowerPoint. Side effects include confidence, the ability to make new friends anywhere, and love for the first time in your life. Anyone and everything. They used to make us wear these beer goggles and then practice walking straight lines like they were training us for DUIs. They used to say things like, just tell the cop you're tired. Valuable advice for our youth. My sister was in a cult. That kind of upsets people, but she's not anymore because she got she got kicked out. You guys know how unlikable you have to be for a cult to be like, oh my, no, thank you. We're so good. Scientology, they're always hiring. You know, it's like they made the Kool-Aid and she was like, can I have some? And they were like, not for you. They're like, look, if this girl doesn't leave right now, I'm killing myself today. Here's what you have to understand. She married into the cult. It's like, how did she get in there? She married. That's kind of the application process. She married the cult leader, and he was a raw foodie chef on the side. I don't know if you've ever met a raw foodie chef, but they're the most annoying people. And for them to hate you is like a stamp of, hey, maybe you're the worst. I will write an end to that joke. I love you all so deeply. Any feminists here? I'm a feminist. I think it's like Democrats, you know, they're so similar. They're right, but they can't do anything. I wish they weren't so right and so useless. A lot of a lot of religious people don't want to get the vaccine. That I find that interesting because, you know, it's like religious people believe in a God they've never met. You know, it's like no one has more faith than you guys. Like, you guys should be so into the vaccine that I'm uncomfortable with the vaccine. I think we're phrasing it wrong. So if we want people to get the vaccine, we just have to tell them the vaccine works in mysterious ways. Okay, I'm gonna end on this. I have a boyfriend. He's great. He's a programmer. Give it up for me.
Yeah.
I've done it, kids. I did it. I nailed it down. That's insulting though, right? Like, my mom gets so excited for me, but it's like, I'm not gonna marry him because he's gonna make lots of money. I'm gonna marry him because he has trouble making eye contact with other women. My mom should be less worried about my relationship status and more excited about getting me into stocks, because I met him before he was making money. So clearly I have good taste. All right, guys, that's been my time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let's hear it for Messica Jizra. All right. You know, she finds love at the bottom of the bottle, but you can find her, I think, on Facebook. I think that's where she's at. Yeah, something like that. Gosh, my poor name is not for everybody. That's what I go by. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Keep the adult video file out of the everyone chat. Only DM it to our next comic, Daniel Flores.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Please don't DM me that.
It's
Keep
already
that to yourself.
I unzipped
Holy
the
heck.
file.
No. Oh. No. What's up, guys? My name's Daniel. I'm a Latino. I feel like my personality is really white passing, though. Like, I get more offended when people insult white people than Latinos. Okay, that's where I'm at. Like, if someone tells me, Latinos just take jobs from hardworking Americans, I'm like, I'm just glad you think I could do your job. Me and hardworking in the same sentence, dude, I'm honored. My mom would be proud. Yeah, so like that doesn't bug me that much, but then someone will go, all white people are racist. I'm like, well, hold on a minute, not all white people, you know. I am extremely offended on all of their behalf, which is something y'all love to do to us. So yeah, it's not just that though. Like, I don't speak any Spanish, which has gotten me fired from so many fast food jobs. It's like, you wouldn't, I don't know. But I have fantastic English, and I've been told I have a really white voice, which, you know, would be really helpful if ICE ever decided to just give me a call. You know, they'd hit up my phone. They'd be like, Mr. Flores. And I go, actually, it's pronounced Flores. Okay. It is French. If you call back, my wife, Karen, will have something to say about this. Okay. Don't try us. Look, I know my personality is white passing. Like, I had a blind friend in high school, and it dawned on me one day that I'd never told him I was a Latino, because he invited me to a Weezer concert. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, oh, dude, I didn't know you were a big Weezer fan. He's like, not really, but it seemed like something you'd be into. Now look, I know where this comes from. Like, I was raised in a middle-class suburban white neighborhood, and a lot of Latinos don't have that kind of privilege growing up. Like, a lot of us grow up in areas with gang activity, and I couldn't make it in a gang, okay? If I was in a gang, I would probably try to do something like organize a potluck. That's what I would do. Yeah, I would walk up to my gang like, hey, gang, which is not how you address a gang. Yeah, I'd be like, hey, gang, this Sunday in the park, we're having a potluck. I'll swing by Whole Foods. I'll bring some avocado ice cream and kale chips for everybody. Who's in? Is anyone gluten-free? And then they stab me. I don't know how gangs work, guys. I think I'd make it in the South, though. Is anyone here from the South? Do we have any Southern representation?
Woo!
Yeah, a few people. Look, I'll be honest. I'm from Southern California. I have no idea what qualifies as the South. Like I know geographically we're pretty South, but I also think we're not the South. Like, I don't know how that works. I blame it on me being homeschooled. I was homeschooled growing up. And I think homeschooling is a good choice for educating your kids if you can provide them a good, well-rounded education. My parents went on the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And lost. So yeah, by the time I was in 5th grade, they kind of just handed me a laptop and went, all right, buddy, here's some online classes. You go kill it out there. And look, that's not to say that my parents didn't care about my education. They did, but it was a little lopsided, which is why I say well-rounded. Like, my parents cared deeply about my math and science education. As a result, I was doing things like calculus pretty early on, but I also just learned today that New Hampshire was a state. Like, did you guys know? I had no idea. Like, I thought that was a fictional place that just existed in the game Clue. That's what I thought. Look, I want to get real with you guys for a minute. Homeschooling was pretty lonely because, as you can imagine, when you're in all online classes and you're not really talking to a lot of peers, you're just not getting a lot of interaction, and it sucks, dude. I spent a lot of my days just inside, sitting in front of a computer by myself, and I was thinking about this past February, almost a year ago. Wow. And I was kind of just looking up at the night sky and thinking, man, I wish everyone could experience what it was like for me to have been homeschooled. And then I saw a shooting star. My bad, guys. Holy heck. I don't know. I don't have that much time left. I'll end on this. I had a friend complain to me recently. He was like, Daniel, I have a problem. Girls only want me for my body. They look at me like I'm a piece of meat. And I had to look at him and go, dude, I'm not familiar with your problems, okay? I think we have different definitions of the word, because I'm not known by the women in my life for my looks, but I am known as a generally emotionally available person, which I guess means they look at me like I'm a piece of broccoli. Yeah, kind of gross, but good for your health. I suck on my own, but I make one heck of a third wheel casserole, guys. That's what I'm heading out on. Thanks for the time, Zavon. I really appreciate it.
Woo! Let's hear it. Oh my gosh. You can actually find Dennis at #NotAllWhitePeople. So gosh, chat him up later on. But I love how when you asked anybody here from the South, everyone who was from the South had to play this like mental calculus where it's like, how loud do we cheer? Like, we've got an image to uphold. Z is from Texas. That's our boy. Like, oh gosh. But my boy is, ooh, I should have had the name in front of me when I said that. My boy is Jimmy. Let's hear it for Jimmy Murray.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. There's a small chance you know me from my 54 subscriber YouTube channel where I play improv games. That wasn't the joke. You guys are great. That was my time. Damn. where I play improv games on top of video games, there's a slightly better chance that you know me from the Kid-Friendly Animal Fun Facts podcast on iTunes with almost 100 subscribers. But if you do recognize me, you most likely know me from the Chive or the Instagram as this viral malfunction. Look at that. Look at that little lady killer. That little mini meme. The little nascent nightlife bringer. If you're like me, you're wondering how I went on a pathway from this larval stage Harry Potter to this person if Harry Potter was a wrung out sponge. I've gone from looking like a rejected starter Pokemon to a student at wartime Hogwarts. Gone from Catholic Scoutmaster bait to Austin powerless. We'll get into the backstory on this in a future open mic, hopefully, but I guess my next two one-liners were Harry Potter and the obvious cash grab, and I'm so Italian. I'm so Italian at best Hagrid is saying you're a hairy wizard. So the next bit is a little off-brand. I don't know if this would ever get me canceled. Like, I'm contractually obligated not to tell blue material. But I guess canceling assumes that I got famous, so this next joke potentially fulfills a monkey's paw wish. I don't think we should refer to autistic kids as being on the spectrum. I've used Spectrum. It doesn't deliver. Savants stereotypically have one job and they do it exceptionally well consistently. And I can't say that for Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum sucks.
Thank you. So save that one in case I ever get too big for my britches and I need to be canceled. That was my. I did want to mention our friends Sticky. I think they're still here. I caught a screen image of them. I went to school in North Carolina, and there were 3 stoners that just talked to everybody, like a constant cloud of smoke around them. And they were like the 3 fates, right? Like, I was a comic in college, so I would often look sad. But those dudes would be like, one would be like, it looks like you're having a bad day. And the next one would be like, but you're having a good present. And the last one would be like, you're going to have a great future. They were wrong, but it's cool to see the soothsaying stoners live on in some form. This pandemic has affected people in different ways, and my wife is no different. My wife broke down and got both a squatty potty and a bidet. So backstory. I've had the fortune of visiting South Korea, and if there's any jealousy bubbling up, you should know that I got kicked out of school for trying to kill myself, which is probably perfect for a comedy show. So I know how lucky I am to fall backwards into opportunity. Speaking of falling backwards into opportunity, bidets. Okay, so South Korea and Japan are centuries ahead in tushy technology. They are championing the charge in commode carousal, leading the way in lavatory living. I had no idea how weak my gluteal game was until I plopped down for potty perfection. I think I listened to every 2002 Budweiser Real Men of Genius when I wrote this. The standard of toilet tech is automatic profile detection with seat warmer to your preference, and not just a stream, but a pulse. Like, you pick the frequency of this pulse. People have to learn their preference for the pace of a butt stream. Like, there are personality studies in East Asia for this. Meanwhile, in America, we're pretty stoked if the gas station has clean toilet paper and a seat attachment. Nothing can quite prepare you for the circus of circular water massaging your excess filter, but I have to say, it was a total game changer. I'm now somewhere in the middle of a peasant potty and a hedonistic hiney helper. I've lost the warm seat functionality and that sine wave water fountain, but the current stream combined with the marketing geniuses at Squatty Potty have turned things around. I haven't been this excited to potty since I was in diapers, and that was all I wrote. So I guess the show... All right, Z, take it away.
Let's take it away for Jim. Oh, clap for Jimmy, please. That's what I mean to say. That's what I mean to say. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Okay, you said soothsaying stoners. We have those people, right? Look at the screen. Everyone, look at the screen. These are these people. The 3 stoners of the apocalypse, or the 3 boil, toil and trouble, tempest. Yes, that's right. Light up. Oh my God. Oh. The 3, I don't know. Oh my God. I'm flattered you guys came. really is what I'm trying to say. Okay, anyway, oh my God, Jessica, let's go, baby. You don't see that at Dat Fan. All right.
You made it look so appealing. I had to.
Oh my gosh. Everybody cover your eyes, please. I don't know what that is. All right. Let's see. He's our headliner. He's a very funny guy. Let's give it up for Chris Hudson.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Shout out Z for having me on this show here. Shout out to Sticky. I'm glad that you are fulfilling your probation by watching this. So good job, guys. It's an easy sentence, is what I say. It's an easy sentence to do that. I'm gonna start off by at least acknowledging the insane reality. I mean, we started this month off with like some kind of insurrection. It wasn't as much as insurrection in the Capitol as it was what happens when a Golden Corral has a grand opening. And I know I'm saying shit about the insurrection when I look like a Vice reporter that they sent because I look like I can blend in well enough with the people. And speaking of Golden Corral, I don't know about you guys, but I know that night of the attempted coup, every Denny's in the DMV area was packed to the brim. And they told everybody, hey, if you are in line outside the Denny's, stay in line. They have to sell you a Grand Slam. They have to do it. I'm glad that, well, I'm not glad. I need to watch my transitions because I'm about to do a joke about terrorists. But or segues. Segues are overrated anyway. But yeah, terrorism is domestic now. I think conservatives are super happy about it because now at least we make something in this country again. We don't got to ship them from overseas. We make them right here. They're domestic and they're organic. And that's a fact because one of the dudes that stormed the Capitol in jail demanded organic food or he wouldn't eat. So they are actually organic terrorists. This is actually a thing. Yeah, and Biden's president now. I'm glad everyone's patting themselves on the back. That's good. That's cool. I feel like Biden is like he's like the movie sequel to a movie you liked a lot. Like Obama's like Independence Day, and Biden's like the other Independence Day they made later. Just terrible script. Nothing makes sense. You kind of have nostalgia, but then you realize that everything's really run by the defense industry. It's that kind of movie again. Yeah. I'm broadcasting my comedy from Portland, Oregon, but I am from Baltimore. I moved out to Portland. Yeah, one woo for Baltimore. Hell yeah, I'm glad you didn't die. It's a dangerous city. I moved here right before the pandemic hit, and I thought I was prepared. I played a lot of Oregon Trail growing up. Okay. I played a lot of Oregon Trail. I got all the oxen. I forded all the rivers. Never did I finish that game. I got to Oregon and then I die of COVID. That's never happened in the game, but I guess it could happen now. Who knows? Yeah, it's actually kind of tight. I moved from a city where you pay money for your rent to a city where you just manifest your rent. Yeah, I just imagine my landlord having money, and I get to stay another month. I get to stay another month. Oh man! Speaking of the pandemic, my one of my housemates has an apocalypse garden. I don't know if any of you guys started apocalypse gardening. We got like spinach. Can't grow kale. Kale's a little hard. I'm not a big fan of kale anyway. I'm not a big fan of kale. I think it was invented by the government. I mean, did you see it before 2003? Because I didn't. It just wasn't around, the freaking kale. Also, like dinosaur kale. Like, you expect me to believe that dinosaurs were eating this kale? Like, I've read the Bible, okay? I know that those dinosaurs were too busy being ridden by Jesus. Okay? Kale, lettuce, that stuff. kale and lettuce. I do like lettuce though. I especially like the devil's lettuce, right, guys? Huh? Hey, Sticky knows what I'm talking about. The devil's lettuce, that wacky. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that all the states made it not all the states, but a bunch of states made it legal again. Well, yeah, because it was illegal before. I don't want to do a history lesson in a joke, but yeah, because I never thought it should have been illegal in the first. They should have made it illegal in the first place because nothing really bad happens if you toke too many tokes. I mean, maybe one bad thing happens. You turn into Sir Sticky, but no, nothing really bad happens though. Let's be honest, nothing bad happens. Like the worst is gonna happen is you toke too many tokes. You're gonna be like, oh no, I'm too chill. like, oh no, this Independence Day movie is actually good. Like the worst that's gonna happen is that your iPhone passcode just becomes like a fun puzzle. You just trying to get into it. You're like, oh no, I'll never call grandma. She's baking any cookies. Yeah, I thought it was going to be good for me, guys. I thought Pot was going to help me come up with new ideas, come up with like cool jokes and stuff. But all it made me do was like forget my bank account security question answers. So I actually got locked out of my account. This is real. My bank called me and they were confused. They were like, because they could see my account balance. So they were like, we think someone's trying to hack into your account. And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. I just forgot what street I grew up on. Sorry about that. I think it's like 123 Pine, Okie. Name of my first pet. Looking around. I think it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos, right? Flamin' Hot Cheeto. Yeah, he's a good pet. They asked me the name of my first car. And that one's a slam dunk. All right, that one's an easy one. Because it was a 2000 Kia Sophia. All right, seafoam green. Thank you for not giving an applause break for that car. It wasn't a great car. But it turns out that answer was wrong because I wrote some of the answers while I was stoned. So the answer to that security question was actually the Chillmobile 2000. I've been Chris Hudson, guys. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of weed, I have Dat fan after this and my ass is grass. I am so fucking late. Oh my gosh. Well, I am so happy that you guys are here though, inside of my disciplinary bubble. But yeah, this is every Tuesday at 9. I'll be releasing the recording pretty soon. And let's just have a round of applause for all of our comics tonight. All right, beautiful. You guys all sleep well or whatever the hell you want to do. It's your life.